Hello. Today we are talking about self-doubt and the power of yet. I'm really looking forward to jumping into this one because I need this one today too. Welcome back to your emotional support podcast. I am your host, Noelle Rizzio, and I have been just really struggling with self-doubt lately. So I thought, what better way to kind of connect with my audience and all of you than to just put it out there, right? We're all human. So we all wrestle with self-doubt. But what if one single word could change the way that we see ourselves? And that word is yet. Okay, I'm going to talk today about like my own personal struggle and what I've been dealing with. We're going to talk about the psychology behind yet and how you can reframe your self-doubt. So, what is self-doubt in everyday life? Simply put, it is just questioning our abilities, questioning our worth, questioning our potential. We all do it. Some days are better than others. Lately, I have been really struggling, but it's normal, right? Everyone has it. Even people who seem to be the most confident, most together. They all have insecurities. They all have self-doubt. Every one of us does. Okay, so I'm going to get a little real with you guys. I have been really struggling this week. Huge. As you might know, I quit my full-time school counseling gig that I did for 20 years. That last year was my last school year. And, this summer I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to boost up my caseload of, virtual clients. I'm going to start public speaking. I'm going to, create an online course and I'm going to publish my book. I'm going to do all these great things. And basically none of those things have happened yet. And so it's just, especially this week, also, when I quit, I was assured, I knew that my friends were going to call me every day and text me and want to hang out all the time. And that hasn't happened either. And no fault of anyone's. Life is busy. Work is busy. Everyone has things to do. So, it's not that, but that's what I had to remind myself is kind of like your friends didn't forget about you. Your friends are still there. They just have other things going on. And I'm sitting here with not a whole lot going on because my caseload hasn't picked up yet. I'm not getting any public speaking gigs yet. My book is getting published. So that is one wonderful thing that did happen. But, I'm not generating the things that I thought at this time I would be generating and doing. And so creeping in comes that self-doubt and that I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it right. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Nobody likes me anymore. Those things creep into my head, especially at times like these. And so I have to, I just have to sit and think like, what can I do to make that stop, to kind of get out of this funk? Because it really impacted my self-worth. It impacted my life at home with my family, and just kind of my overall mood. And so it's like, what do I need to do? So I needed to talk myself into remembering that word, that 3-letter word that has so much power. And that word is yet. Okay, so we're talking about like growth mindset here. Hopefully you've heard of that. Carol Dweck, thank you very much for bringing that into our lives. But adding yet and adding like those kind of it's not happening yet moments can really change your focus and change the way that you're thinking about it. If you don't know what growth mindset is, it's basically like instead of saying like, I'm not good at math and just like that's the end all be all, you look at it as like, well, I haven't learned that yet. I still have the capacity to learn that. So your mind isn't like fixed and stagnant. It's always growing and evolving and changing, right? So basically it shifts the focus to look at things as though you have unlimited possibilities as opposed to limited possibilities. And I think that that's really huge for everyone, to just kind of have that simple shift. So why does this work? Why does it work to say, like, well, I'm not getting any public speaking gigs because I suck at what I do, or nobody wants to hear about my topic? Those are very negative. So what does it do for me when I shift that and say, I'm not getting any public speaking gigs yet, or nobody is interested in what I have to say yet? Okay. Well, one, it reduces shame. It reduces the shame that I'm bad or wrong or doing something wrong. It also builds resilience, right? So that I know that, like, in these bad times, things are going to get better. Things are going to improve. So I just need to kind of stick with it and hunker down and know that there will be a shift, because what I'm doing is worthwhile and people do want to hear it. It's just not yet, apparently. But it also keeps the door open for growth. Okay. It gives me an opportunity to kind of reflect. Okay, what else should I be doing? Or how else can I approach this? It's not that I'm doing anything wrong, but maybe there are ways that I can change what I'm doing or alter what I'm doing. So when we tie it back to self-worth isn't built on perfection. Remember, we talk about this every time, but it's built on believing that you're capable of that growth, right? I'm not perfect right now. And guess what? I'm never going to be perfect, but I am capable of reaching my goals and working hard to attain the things that I want to attain. Okay, so just keeping that piece in your mind. It goes back to Nicole, right? Self-doubt, her name's Nicole. If you don't know about that, please listen to some of my former episodes. I talk all about it, okay? But when we shut that Nicole down and we say, no, that's not reality, that's just the negative self-talk in my head, then we can latch on to that growth mindset and that yet voice, okay? So how can you practice the yet philosophy? I just made that up. I don't know if there is actually a yet philosophy, and if there is, please credit whoever actually came up with it. So you can notice when you're saying I can't or I'm not. Catch that language when you're saying it and recognize it, and then immediately reframe that moment by saying yet afterwards, right? If you catch yourself saying I can't learn how to ride a bike, which is something I say all the time, full disclosure, I could say I can't ride a bike yet. Okay. We'll talk about that in another episode, right? But adding that yet to the end of it opens the door for possibility. Okay. So if you say, I can't get this job, I can't get this job yet, or I might not get this job, but I will get a job. Okay. It's kind of just reframing that. The yet issue is just, obviously it doesn't work for every situation perfectly, but it's just the matter of kind of switching that mindset. Okay, then track your progress and see how far you've come. See if those I can'ts or I'm not, that self-doubt gets less and less and less the more you practice kind of shutting it down with that yet afterwards. You can also replace I'll never with I'm learning. Right? My son is, he was super stressed out about taking honors math this year. This was the first year that they offered honors math, and he was put into it, and he was super stressed out about it. He's like, I am not good at math. I'm never going to be good at math. And so we really had to sit down and talk about, like, you're still learning. You are in 5th grade. You are still learning. Your mind is still growing. Like, you can't just shut that door. And he's actually been doing really well. So yay, go Sam. But other things that you can do is, you can journal things like, what is one thing I can't do yet, but I want to? Or where have I already grown from a place of doubt? And just kind of, reflect on those situations where you've already done some of this work, because I know you have. So self-doubt is actually a sign of growth. Ooh, weird, right? So when you reframe your self-doubt, it means you're stretching into something new. If you're doubting yourself, that means that you are in an area where you aren't fully confident and comfortable, which is growth. That is absolutely growth. When we're doing something new, when we're trying something we've never tried before, it's uncomfortable. We are not automatically good at every new thing we start. So that self-doubt is normal, but it also means that you are pushing yourself into an uncomfortable situation on purpose, which is huge. That is growth. Okay, so you can stop and kind of look at it that way. It's like, this is an experience. This is a learning experience for me. This is me pushing myself into discomfort to better myself. Okay, it isn't a stop sign, right? Doubt isn't it's not a turn off switch. It's a signal that you're on the edge of growth. You're making that next step to growth. Okay. So when I'm sitting here, thinking about how nobody wants to hear my message and nobody wants to, book me to speak because they don't think what I have to say is important, I have to kind of shift that and be like, I am doing something new. I am doing something innovative. I am doing something that I've never done before, and it is uncomfortable and it is scary, but it is so important. And I have to go back to that what I have to say and the fact that I want to build other people's sense of self-worth and help them reclaim that in their lives is good, important work. And I just need those first couple steps to kind of get out there, right? So I'm not getting booked yet. Okay, so that's what I have to keep reminding myself, and that's what you have to keep reminding yourself too in any situation where you're doubting yourself, because you can do it. Okay, self-doubt is normal, but yet turns it into a possibility. Okay, here is your tip that you didn't ask for, but definitely need. The next time self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself you're just not there yet. And I am so thankful to all of you for being here and being with me on this journey, because I will continue to let you guys know what's going on. And I think there's going to be some exciting things coming up. So stick with me. We're just not there yet. I am so glad you're here.